Hi family, welcome back to the channel. I pray each and every one of you guys is doing well today. If it's your first time seeing me, my name is Nadisha. Thank you for being here. So I'm back with another message in regards to your kingdom marriage, your beautiful love story, because if God said it, he will do it. If he said it, he will do it. All right. So I woke up one morning with this song, and for those of you guys who've been following me for a while, you know that one of the ways that I receive messages is through music, right? So I woke up with the song Lonely No More by Rob Thomas. Rob Thomas. Some of you guys might have heard of this song. But yeah, it goes like this. It says, "Now it seems to me that you know just what to say, but words are only words. Can you show me something else? Can you swear to me that you'll always be this way? Show me how you feel more than ever, baby. But I don't want to be lonely no more. I don't want to have to pay for this. I don't want to know the lover at my door is just another heartache on my list. I don't want to be angry no more. You know I could never stand for this. So when you tell me that you love me, know for sure I don't want to be lonely anymore." You know, I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot going on here, right? Like, this person, like, clearly they value you and they think very highly of you. And you're somebody who's really good with words, okay? You could be, you know, male or female. You're good with words. You're very charming, very charismatic, you know, good with the ladies, good with the men, you know what I mean? You're probably really attractive, and people have this thing with attractive people, and it's just weird. Anyways, people think like attractive people, male or female, is like player, or whatever the female version is, you know, just somebody who will use and abuse men, right? And so it's like this person has been hurt a lot in the past, and they're like, okay, I hear what you're saying. Okay, you're saying that you want to be in union, you want this marriage, you believe it's God ordained. I hear you. Okay, but can you show me? It's like they want more proof. They want more proof that you are truly for them, okay? You're not going to use and abuse them like other people have, right? And yeah, so they're like, show me something else. And like there's this part that says, can you swear to me that you'll always be this way? Like, they love who you are, but like it's almost like they're hoping that you're not the type of person who is putting on a facade, okay? Who's wearing a mask just to lure them in. And then 3 months down the road, after you get married to this person, then the mask comes off, and you end up, your true self gets revealed, right? Because this person might have had this experience. If your person had been in a counterfeited relationship, that's exactly what happened, okay? They dated a demon in disguise, okay? For the devil masquerades as an angel of light, right? The enemy will come to you as an angel of light. The enemy will present himself as somebody who is of God, right? We've talked a little bit about that, right? So this person, they have their concerns, you know, and you know, they're wondering, are you just like the rest? Are you just like everybody else? And I you know, let me not go in with my 2 cents just yet, right? And they're wondering, like, are you just like the rest? You know, swear to me that you'll always be this way. Like, there's so much about this that I have to say. You have no idea. But yeah, it's like this person wants you to be vulnerable with them, right? Show me how you feel. If you're somebody who, you know, have never really shown them how you feel or really express that to them, they want to know more than just your words, right? Because they don't want to be played again, right? It says it right here, I don't want to be lonely anymore. I don't want to have to pay for this. So they feel like a lot of the relationships that they've been in, they've paid for it, okay? Mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, they've paid for those broken relationship, those relationship that ended in heartbreak, right? And Yeah, it says, I don't want to know the lover at my door. It's just another heartache on my list. Like, they're like, listen, man, listen. I can't deal with no more heartache. I can't deal with no more pain. I can't deal with another breakup. I can't deal with another demon. I can't deal with. I can't do it. I don't want to know that this person. I don't want to know that you is gonna be another heartache. I don't want to. I can't. I'm not able to do it. You know. Yeah. They're like, I don't want to have to pay for this. So they're struggling. I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of struggle here. I mean, they're struggling with the fact that, you know, they're wondering if, are you just like everybody else? Okay, are you gonna use and abuse me like everybody else? You know, this, that, and the other, right? It says, I don't want to be angry no more. You know, I could never stand for this. So when you tell me that you love me, know for sure I don't want to be lonely anymore. So they're like, listen, if you say you love me, I hope that you're not joking around. I hope that you're not lying to me. You know, they have some concerns, you know. It says, now it's hard for me when my heart's still on the mend. Open up to me like you do your girlfriends. And when you sing to me and it's harmony, girl, what you do to me is everything. Make me say anything just to get you back again. All right? Yeah, so it's like they want you to be vulnerable with them. They want you to show them that you're real. They want you to show them that you will never leave them or forsake them. I mean, it's like a God thing, right? What they're asked to me, to be honest, so this is not my 2 cents. They're wanting you to do something that is kind of like not really your job. What they're lacking is trust. They're lacking trust. They need to trust that God has ordained this union, okay? So they're wanting you to prove certain things. They're wanting you to prove their love to them. They're wanting you to do all these things and show them and be vulnerable and this, that, and the other. When what they need to do is they need to trust. If God, the creator of the universe, who doesn't make any mistakes, okay, who gives good gifts to those who love him, they need to trust that if God says go forth, then he gives good gifts, that you are good, that you don't have to do all of that stuff. You don't have to show them anything necessarily, you know what I mean? But yeah, they're wanting you to be vulnerable. They're wanting to see more. They're wanting is like they're like, well, I need to see some actions. Like they need to see more from you before they can give their heart to you, because they've been used and abused. You know, they've been trampled on. Listen, if, like I said, if your person had been in a counterfeited relationship, you best believe that they were with the monster. If they were in a counterfeited relationship, they were with Satan himself. They were with a monster. Counterfeited relationships aren't normal. Okay, it's psychotic. It's demonic. I mean, those people were literally sent to destroy you. Okay, so usually when you get out of those relationships, you can't even think. You don't even want to fathom dating another person. It's so scary. And I get it. Like, I totally understand where this person is coming from. I totally understand where your person is coming from, where they're like, my heart is broken. It is still, we're still trying to mend from the chaos that I had to go through. And I need you to show me, I need you to prove to me that you're good. But what they need to do is they need to trust that if God says it, if God tells them to go forth and come towards you, that you are going to be good. You're going to be good for them. You know what I mean? And yeah, so it's a matter of them and God, and trusting in God and trusting what God says and being obedient to God. And not necessarily you doing and showing and proving, because, I mean, words are fleeting. You know, just like it says that promises are comfort to a fool. So they need to trust that God, if God is telling them to go for it, they need to go for it. If you really think about the story of Mary and Joseph, right? Mary could not convince Joseph to stay, and he wasn't going to stay. He was going to leave her. And then what happened? He had an encounter with the Holy Spirit, right? He had an encounter with the angel of the Lord in a dream, right? And the angel of the Lord told him to marry Moses, to marry Mary, and go forth, right, and continue on. So that's what your person needs. Your person, if they haven't already, your person needs an encounter with the Lord. And many of these spouses, I do believe they've gotten an encounter with the Lord. There is just this fear that you will do to them that was done. There's this fear because they've gotten their heart broken. There's this fear that if they open up to you wholeheartedly, that you could do to them what was done to them before. Okay? But it requires trust. It requires trust in the Lord. Joseph had to trust God. Do you know how crazy that looked? That you're going to marry somebody who is pregnant, who was supposedly supposed to be a virgin? Like, how are you going to explain that to people? And he had to trust. And so when he had an encounter in the dream, it made him more solid with his decision. So that's what your person needs. Your person needs an encounter if they haven't already. So yeah, this person has a lot of fear. They have a lot of anxiety about even just getting into another relationship because of probably what their previous relationship had been like, you know. And I totally get it. I had this conversation with someone and they went through a really terrible relationship, and when it ended really bad. It ended really violently, actually. And this person was like, I'm never, like, there's no way I would get into a relationship anytime soon or ever, right? And now that I've said that out loud, I've talked to multiple people with the same story, right? And so I get it. So when it's like that, it's like you want this person to prove to you that they're never gonna do those things to you. You want more from this person. You want them to put actions, not just words, but put actions, their words into actions and all that. So I get it. But with this relationship, with this God-ordained union, it's going to require them to trust in the Lord. Trust that God will never leave them nor forsake them. Trust that God gives good gifts to his children. Trust that if God is pointing them towards you, that he knows what he's doing. And that it will work out. It will not be perfect. You got to put time and effort into everything for it to work. It won't be perfect, but it will work because God will be in the center and he will be at the head. So they need to trust in the Lord in regards to this union. You know, if this message is for you, it will resonate, you know, and talk to the Lord. Talk to the Lord in regards to your union and the things that he's said to you. Ask him to, you know, reconfirm some things to you. But yeah, and just keep praying for your spouse, keep praying for yourself, keep asking the Lord to just keep you and strengthen you on the way. All right, friends, talk to you soon.